You don't suddenly lose your balance. You slowly stop noticing it. At first, it's subtle. A slight wobble, a small shift when you stand up, a moment of hesitation when you turn. Nothing alarming, nothing that feels dangerous. So you ignore it. You tell yourself, I'm just getting older. Maybe I'm just tired today. But here's the part most people miss. By the time you actually notice your balance changing, your risk of falling has already started to increase. And that's what makes this so important. Because balance loss doesn't begin with a fall. It begins with tiny signals your body is quietly sending every single day. Most people believe balance is about strong legs. And yes, strength matters. But that's only part of the story. Because balance is not just strength, it's communication. A constant conversation between your brain, your muscles, your joints, and the systems that keep you upright without you even thinking about it. Every time you stand, every time you take a step, your body is making hundreds of tiny adjustments, small corrections, tiny shifts, micro movements, keeping you stable. And when that communication begins to slow down, balance doesn't suddenly disappear. It fades quietly, almost invisibly. Balance is not something you have, it's something your body is constantly maintaining. After the age of 60, this system begins to change, not all at once, not dramatically, but gradually. Your nervous system processes signals more slowly. The messages traveling from your feet to your brain take just a little longer. Your joints, especially in your ankles and hips, send weaker feedback about your position. Your eyes take longer to adjust to movement, especially in low light. And your inner ear, the system responsible for balance, becomes less sensitive over time. Each of these changes, on their own, feels small, almost unnoticeable. But when they happen together, they begin to affect how stable you feel. Not in a dramatic way, but in subtle moments. When you turn too quickly, when you walk on uneven ground, when you stand up at night. That's when your body hesitates, just slightly. And most people never connect those moments to balance. They dismiss them, they ignore them, until one day those small signals turn into something bigger. And the good news? This is something you can improve because balance is not fixed, it's trainable. And with the right small habits, you can begin to rebuild that connection before your body is forced to learn it the hard way. The first change is something you can't see, and most people never feel it happening. It's the connection between your brain and your body starting to slow down. Every time you move, your body is constantly sending information upward. From your feet, your ankles, your legs, signals about pressure, position, and balance. And your brain responds instantly. It makes tiny corrections, adjusts your posture, keeps you steady, all within milliseconds. So fast, you don't even notice it. But after 60, that communication is no longer as sharp. The signals traveling to your brain become slightly weaker, and your brain's response becomes just a little slower. Not seconds, not something obvious, just a fraction of a second. And here's why that matters. Because balance is not about big movements, it's about tiny corrections, micro adjustments, happening in real time. Imagine this. You shift your weight slightly, maybe stepping on uneven ground or turning too quickly. Your body starts to lean. In that exact moment, your brain needs to react instantly. Engage the right muscles, adjust your position, stabilize your center. But now, that signal is delayed, just slightly. And that tiny delay is often the difference between catching yourself or losing control. And the most dangerous part? It doesn't feel like a problem. You don't feel slow. You don't feel unstable. You just notice small moments, a slight hesitation, a tiny wobble, a step that doesn't feel as confident. And most people ignore those moments. They brush them off. They adapt. They move a little slower, hold on to things more often, without realizing their body is compensating for a system that's no longer responding the way it used to. And over time, those tiny delays add up until one day your body can't correct fast enough, and that's when a simple movement turns into a fall. The second problem is something most people have never heard of. It's called micro-instability. These are small, almost invisible changes in how your body holds itself. A slight sway when you're standing still, a tiny shift when you take a step, a moment where your weight doesn't land exactly where it should. Individually, they seem harmless. You barely notice them. They don't feel dangerous. So again, you ignore them. But here's what most people don't realize. Your body is always learning. Every movement you repeat becomes a pattern. Every step you take teaches your body what is normal. And when these small instabilities start happening more often, your body begins to adapt, not by fixing them, but by accepting them. Your muscles adjust, your posture shifts, your walking pattern changes, just enough to compensate, and over time, those tiny adjustments become your default. Your body starts accepting instability as normal. And that's where the real problem begins, because now you're no longer correcting those small imbalances. You're building your movement on top of them. It's like standing on slightly uneven ground every single day. At first, you can manage it. You feel okay. But the longer it continues, the harder it becomes to stay steady. Your movements become less precise. Your steps become less controlled. Your balance becomes less reliable, even if you don't fully realize it. And then, when something unexpected happens, a quick turn, a missed step, a change in surface, your body doesn't have a strong, stable foundation to respond from. And that's when those small instabilities stop being small, because balance is built on consistency. And when that consistency is slowly replaced with instability, your risk doesn't just increase, it quietly multiplies. The third cause is surprisingly simple, and this is where most people don't expect the problem to be. You stop challenging your balance. You still move. You still walk. Maybe every day. But look a little closer, and you'll see a pattern. You walk, but mostly on flat, predictable surfaces. Smooth floors, straight paths, no variation. You stand, but rarely in a way that truly tests your stability. Almost never on one leg. Almost never shifting your weight with intention. You move, but without challenge. No sudden changes in direction. No uneven ground. No situations that require your body to adapt quickly. And at first, this feels safe, controlled, comfortable. But over time, something important begins to happen. Your balance system becomes undertrained, because balance is not something you keep just by using it casually. It needs to be challenged, gently, consistently, intentionally. When you stop exposing your body to small, controlled instability, your brain receives fewer signals, fewer corrections, fewer opportunities to learn, and slowly, those pathways begin to weaken. Your reactions become slower. Your adjustments become less precise. Your confidence begins to drop, even if you can't fully explain why. What you don't challenge, your body begins to lose. And the shift is so gradual, most people never notice it happening. Until one day, they step onto an uneven surface, or turn a little too quickly, or lose their balance just slightly, and their body doesn't respond the way it used to. Not because it's broken, but because it's no longer trained for that moment. And the good news? This is one of the easiest causes to start fixing, because your body is always ready to relearn. It just needs to be reminded what balance actually feels like. So if balance is something your body is constantly maintaining, then the real question is not, do you have it or not? The real question is, are you still training it every day? Because the changes we talked about, slower signals, small instabilities, less challenge, they don't happen suddenly. They build up quietly over time. But here's the good news. You don't need anything complicated to start improving this. You just need to wake the system back up. Here's a simple way to begin. Just a few seconds each day. Stand on one leg for 10 seconds. If it feels easy, that's okay. If it feels slightly challenging, that's even better. Then switch sides. Same thing. 10 seconds. As you do this, don't rush. Let your body adjust. Feel the small movements in your foot, your ankle, your hips. Those tiny corrections are exactly what you want. Next, shift your weight slowly from one foot to the other, back and forth, controlled, intentional, and keep your eyes focused straight ahead, because your vision helps guide your balance. These movements may look simple, but inside your body, you're reactivating the connection between your brain and your body. You're reminding your system how to respond, how to adjust, how to stay stable. And over time, this builds something very important: confidence. Confidence in how you move and how your body responds. And this is where the real danger begins, because when balance declines, falls don't happen immediately. They build up from small moments that most people ignore. In the next video, I'll show you why seniors begin to fall more often after 60 and what actually triggers that first fall. And before you go, have you ever felt slightly unsteady, even just for a moment? Maybe when standing, turning, or walking at night. If you have, I'd love to hear from you. What's one moment you noticed your balance change? Leave it in the comments below. And if this helped you, share it with someone you care about. Because sometimes the smallest changes protect you the most.